4.54 billion years. Earth's age is estimated to be about equal to this very same number up to current date. Just stopping for a minute or so, anyone can begin to realize just how long this time is for something so beautiful and so important to preserve itself. This number also shows how we, being the ones living on it now, had been so resourceful on not only adapting but also inventing things to make life more sustainable. The credit, however, not only lies with humans' ingenuity, but also to the things that have survived since the beginning. Anywhere you look now, be it in rural areas or big cities, it will be impossible not to see a single plant around. They are, after all, the ones that provide that which we need to keep breathing. If we keep us alive is not reason enough for you to acknowledge their importance, then you should also know that they have long been assisting your life to make it easier and more efficient. Through the ages, we have observed and copied ways on how to survive and live for those that have existed before us, plants being one of the first are a good example of this. We have discovered uses and applied properties of almost every part of them, and thus, we invite you to sit back and watch us to present some of the many properties of plants we have mimicked, either it be from their flowers, bodies, leaves, or roots.
We all learn about photosynthesis in school. The way that the green plants use chlorophyll to convert water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide into carbohydrates and oxygen. Plants trap sunlight in a natural solar cell part known as chloroplasts. In the same way, we store in batteries the energy we obtain from artificial solar panels, which turns light into electrical energy.
A plant cell's low power output necessitates the use of a great many panels in the form of leaves. It's enough for leaves like solar panels to face the sun in order to meet human beings' energy needs. When the chloroplast functions are fully replicated, tiny solar batteries will be able to operate equipment requiring a great deal of energy.
Solar panels convert the sun's energy to usable force. Solar panels can be a certain kind of device that attracts the sun to use for power machinery. We could use solar panels to convert the heat from the sun into energy we need to power things that run. Solar panels are common and can be seen in a lot of different products such as calculator, satellites, and spaceship. Solar panels are an effective way to redirect sunlight and use it for electricity. In the long run, using solar panels for all your electric needs, you will save money because you don't have to worry about paying for your power. As long as the sun shines, you will have power. On days that are too cloudy for the sun to break through to the earth, your system should be adequate enough to carry the electricity through another day. In buying solar panels, you have to guarantee that this will live for about 20 years. They are pretty efficient. So, what you will do extremely is to increase the organic solar cell to increase the lifetime in order to catch up with these existing technologies.
After some leaf-inspired mimicries, we now move on to another part of a plant, which is seed. One good example of a seed-inspired mimicry is a velcro, whose idea came from a bird, which is spelled B-U-R-R. Before I explain to you how the mimicry works, first, let me introduce to you where it came from. First of all, this picture is the bird. Bird came from the plant named dead burdock. Now, let's define bird. Bird is a seed or a dry fruit or a fructescence that has hooks or teeth. Bird-bearing plants such as santum species, are often single-stem when growing in dense group but branch and spread when growing singly. Now, let's talk about the functions of a bird. Bird catches on the fur of animals and the clothing of people. These may be irritant and very hard to remove from clothing such as wool or cotton. The burr of burdock was the inspiration for Velcro. Velcro is well known as an example of biomimicry. You may buy a bag that has Velcro strap on it, an umbrella that has Velcro strap. Now, talking about Velcro, the one who invented Velcro is a Swiss engineer named George de Mascal in 1941. After he removed the burr from his dog, he decided to take a closer look on it and look how they work. Now, the small moves of the burr needles inspired him to create this Velcro. Because of modern technology, the burr is now being used as design tools. Here are some examples of it. So, for more trivia, did you know that without this material in this world, the world wouldn't know Velcro jumping? It is a sport that people is dressed in full suits of Velcro, attempt to throw their bodies as high as possible on walk. Thank you.
Just like human, lotus has the ability to clean itself, especially the leaves, even though it grows in the murky, muddy bottom of the lake and ponds, unlike the other leaves. It is because whenever the smallest particle of dust lands on the plant, it immediately waves the leaf, directing the dust particles to one particular spot. Raindrops falling on the leaves are sent to that same place. The dust wash the dirt away. This property of lotus led the researchers to design a new house paint. It is called lotusan. Since you will need money to buy material for cleaning, it will take up of your time and effort to clean your house every day. They think of a way to make it easier and affordable. That's why they create a paint that has the same ability as the lotus. But since lotusan is much expensive than normal paint, and some people are not open to changes, so they don't think that it is practical. But it didn't take too much time before they realized how important it is, since this generation is becoming more and more high technology, that even their cars, clothes, and even bag apply the same application as the paint house. For example, this bag. As you can see, it looks like pen, but get a tissue. And wipe it. And you will see that the wet is gone.
Lotus.
The roots. Each and every part of a plant are just as important and inseparable as any other part of the plant. The roots are no exception. However, as there are many uses for the roots itself, there are only a handful of numbers of the mimicries that it has inspired through the time. After all, the only main idea of a root is that it holds the plant itself to a certain position and that it gathers nutrients that the plant needs for the plant to survive. So what does this number of mimicries include? Allow me to show you some. I have here with me a picture of a plant anatomy of a plant called the dandelion. A plant that has been mimicked all the way from its parachute-like flowers, its leaves, and all the way down to its roots. I want you to focus on the last part that I mentioned, the dandelion's roots. Unlike most plants, the roots of a dandelion is unique due to the fact that not all its roots sprouts from the main body of the plant, but rather, only the main roots sprouts from it. And from there, all the branch roots sprouts and scatters to the ground. Since the branch roots scatters to the ground, a large surface area of the plant's roots are covered by soil. The shear force created in that area is enough to hold the dandelion to the ground firmly. This exact same idea as well is what came to mind to many minds of doctors and scientists working for a solution for a problem that haunts a lot of athletes from different sports. The rupturing of the tendon. In this other picture of mine, we have the biggest tendon in our body, the Achilles tendon. A tendon is what connects our muscles to our bones. For this case, the Achilles tendon, this white part, connects our calf muscle to our heel bones. When a tendon is ripped or broken, we cannot put any force to that certain part of our body. This is the reason why many athletes, no matter how good or skilled they are forced to withdraw from the competitions they are participating in. Now, the original solution for this was of course creating artificial tendons. But the problem there was that those artificial tendons does not last long. It constricts the tissue, cuts off the blood supply, and starves the muscle to death. Now that fragility of that solution was countered then by the idea of the toughness of the dandelion's roots. The main plan that was applied was that a lot of polymeric fibers will be attached parallel to the muscle fibers where the tendon now will be placed. As the muscle fibers grow and covers the polymeric fibers, the shear force created there will be, as theoretically and proven now, enough to support the force that will be applied on that new tendon.